Okay, so this will pretty much wrap up my Web Gear Basics series. I'm gonna close my window. So this will pretty much wrap it up. I'm going to be getting some information regarding dates wrong, so if you guys can help me out in the comments, that would be amazing. I'm just not that good when it comes to dates. So I'm going to go over the basics of every belt used in Vietnam. So the first thing I want to get before we get into this is an Alice belt. Alice belts were not used in Vietnam at all. Some Alice belts in 1972 were equipped. Some Alice belts had fucking brass right here. The brass buckles. So you might see some Alice belts with brass buckles, but the belt's nylon, only has 2 holes. It's not Vietnam. So even though it was 1972, none of those were actually in Vietnam. So don't use this, and don't use one of these with a Vietnam buckle. Onto the video. We have the M36 Pistol Belt. It's a World War II era belt. Some early war would have been given the OD green Korean War surplus if there wasn't enough M56 to go around. So you do see some pictures of Marines early war using the M36 belts. It's pretty basic. It does have one snap for a 1911 magazine pouch. I believe that's what it's for. It's just like the same snap system as on the back of the M61 ammo pouches. So those would click into the back of those. Well, hypothetically, a 1911 ammo pouch is clipped in the back of those. So that's what that is. I'm back. They needed me real quick about a discussion about cankles. Next up is the M61 Pistol Belt. So ignore how rough it is. I traded it with John for what I thought was a PRC 77 handset. It's actually a 1960 PR9 handset. Anyways, this is incredibly rough. This is basically for display only. I just needed it for the video to kind of show you guys, because for the series I'm doing mainly Army, but I figured I really feel like I should include the M61 Pistol Belt, because to a lot of you newcomers out there, you guys aren't really that aware of it. You know, most of you guys are aware not to use M61 ammo pouches or M41 suspenders, so I didn't really need to include that in videos, but I just felt like I should include this in the video. If you guys haven't seen that series, please go to my playlists and check it out. Playlists. Oh, God, I cannot talk for shit. Basically, it's a normal M56 horizontal weave belt, except there's all these snaps right here to fit M61 gear. You know, you can put an ammo pouch in there, or you can put it upside down for quick release, but you don't see that too often because, you know, you can easily lose the mags like that. So that's what these things were for. So they're meant so you can clip on these pouches without them moving around. So do as you please. So that's how this was designed. It has a M36 buckle, and this side, just like the M36 side, is stuck in place. Unlike the M56, where you can take out both sides, the M61 is stuck with this particular buckle. Please correct me in the comments, but they may have made a belt just like this for the M1 carbine in World War II. I believe there was one similar to this. Pepsi Boy, if you're watching this, I'm pretty sure you might have talked about something like that before in your Instagram story. So please let me know in the comments if you do end up knowing. Next up is the horizontal weave M56 belt. These are the most common belts of the war. These were the first belts made before, you know, these ones right here. And I believe before the M61 gear. They have horizontal weave. They started making these in 56 and stopped, I think, in 62 or 63. So they're horizontal weave M56 pistol belts. They have the M56 closures. They're pretty standard. You can use this for any era of the war or even post-war. You can even use this for all the way up to the 80s if you really wanted to. This is probably the most common belt. Crap. You can change the sides like this. Also, a tip: if you're a large belts are super hard to get. You can get a medium and put it all the way out. You know, for reference, I fit medium belt, so if you're on my size, so that's just for reference. So yeah, you close it this ends, you can close it that end, you can switch out the belts. Some of you also newcomers don't know what the middle eyelets are for. The eyelets in the middle. They are for putting different sizes. See, you have a hook right here. You want to make it tighter, you bring it to that one. And the ones on these sides are for 1910 hook style. Here we go. For the 1910 hook style items, which by the time of Vietnam are pretty much phased out. But some items such as machetes or World War II surplus, canteen covers and any tools, which still have 1910 hooks, or even the Marine JFACs, we're still having 1910 hooks at that time. So it's also just good having another thing around here. You can put 1910 hooks all around the thing if you really wanted to, and bayonets. But pretty much most gear is being phased out to have slide keepers or Alice clips, but just call them slide keepers, or snaps. Next up is the same exact thing as the horizontal. This is what I prefer because it just feels stronger to me and looks better. Is the the vertical weave M56 Pistol Belt. This was made after they discontinued this one all the way up until the end of the war. It's a pretty nice belt. These are all cotton, by the way. So this is a very nice belt, virtually the same exact thing as this one, except the weave goes this way. Next up is the infamous M67 Pistol Belt. So the belt itself is not M67 because it is cotton. The M67 belt is supposed to be nylon, but I do have the Davis buckle. So if in pictures you can't even tell. You guys watching the video can't even tell right now, but me just holding it can tell. So this was designed with the M67 gear, part of the M67 gear series. Basically, before Alice was around, they were testing nylon stuff, even nylon. This is actually a nylon M14 pouch, but it does fit M16 30 rounders. So I think I did a video on those. Probably did. So these actually weren't issued. You know, guys can still go to Vietnam, like Saigon black markets, and pick them up, or order them, or find their way for them. But SEALs testing them found out that they really didn't do the job. It does have quick release, which, you know, sounds fancy. You know, here. You guys have just seen me struggling with this, and now you see me just doing this with the thumb. Now, the reason these were never issued was because they suck ass. I actually brought one to Liberty 2 years ago. I was just sitting in the bush, just chilling out. I was just on post near us, the VC like to meet up a lot in this particular cave, I don't know, the kind of quarry area. It's hard to explain, but there's a spot where VC like to come in. So they posted about 6 of us over there just to watch the spot, and I tried this out. Just me sitting there, the belt undid itself 4 or 5 times. Running, the belt will undo itself. Walking, the belt will undo itself. It's just not that good to have. So after that, me actually using it in the field for only an hour or 2, maybe even 3, found out why this belt was insufficient. So that pretty much covers all the pistol belts used in the Vietnam War. And that kind of covers the series, but I will be going over different stuff. Maybe even cover helmet covers, or bandoliers, or virtually anything. I don't even know what to cover. I think I did flax. I don't really know. But that covers most of it. I really hope you guys enjoyed. This was a fun series. Really glad I got to do this. Kind of pissed. Actually, you guys kind of forced me to buy a lot of new things. Just doing the series, like the shorties, which I'm very proud to own. I didn't think I would ever own a pair of shorties, but I had to buy them for the video, so now I'm very glad to say I own a pair of shorties. Anyways, thanks for watching. Really glad you guys enjoyed the series. If you guys have any video ideas or requests, please let me know in the comment section. Yeah, that's about it. So, peace. Peace out.